Yes.
What is that? It's not like a Psyduck that's over.
Straight out of Godfather.
All right. Are you ready?
It sounded like a Psyduck was, Wild Psyduck appeared. What's up?
Well,
I am 150 to 200% happy with the wife that I have.
That's called Psyduck withdraw. Isn't that what causes? Isn't it
withdrawal?
No, withdraw. I think isn't that? What's the? There's a move. No.
Substitute.
Substitute?
I don't know what you're going for, but
there's a Pokemon move that increases like special attack and special defense. I think it increases special attack but causes confusion. That's what Psyduck knows. That's why it's always confused.
That's awesome. Alec, welcome to the finale.
That's how I'm confused right now.
The finale of Survivor All-Stars is here.
It is. We're here. It's all come down to this. 16 epic episodes of, well, some of the episodes were not that very epic.
So epic.
Yeah. Some of them weren't. Some of them have been though. Some of them have been super great.
And next week we'll be getting all into that when we go into our full season review. That'll be fun. But for now, we just got to figure out we're at our final four, and we got to get to a final two, and we get a final tribal, and we get a winner, sole survivor.
Well, we're down to two pairs now, the two alliances.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah, no, we don't. It's really, I don't even know. I mean, I will say, the interesting thing about it is now it is any kind of anyone's game. I mean, technically it always sort of is, but now it's really interesting. Immunity is really between two groups now. So it's like it's whoever in that group can win immunity. So,
but then if they say they're pairs, then it'll just be 2 against 2 votes, and then it's chaos. But
there's still game to play. That there's still the possibility that something can happen in terms of
previously Big Tom was voted out. And he gave a long death stare to Boston Rob on his way out.
It was quite the moment. Yeah, it was like a I'm coming. It was almost like a I'm coming for you type of thing, or like you better watch your back.
It's crazy. I mean,
it's very.
So we're gonna see everything right now. We're gonna see Final 4 down to Final 3, down to Final 2, down to Final Tribal. All the jurors making their speeches, and then.
Well, didn't Rudy say at one point, "I know people" or something like that? Like he better watch his back. Didn't he say that when he was leaving?
Yeah. I know people. Yeah, I have friends or something. Yeah.
He better watch his back. Yeah.
So, all right. You want to just get into it?
Yeah, let's do this. If you want to follow our reactions, we'll have an edited version of a reaction of the final episode of the season in the link in the description below. You can watch us there, and
because it is a double length episode, you will have a double length reaction highlights as well. It'll probably be like just under 30 minutes reaction.
Yeah. Epic.
All right.
Yeah. There we go.
I have seen this. Alec has not. So
no, I haven't. No.
This is fresh. It's always exciting going into a finale. Who are you rooting for going into the finale?
I mean, like, I kind of want to see Rob take it all the way. I mean, I love Rob, so, but like, it's hard not to root for Rupert because we just had a season with Rupert, and Rupert was like my boy. He was like my child, or like my weird uncle, I guess it would be at this point. I don't know. But at the same, it's to me, I'm split a bunch of different ways because I also want Sheehan's like. Better watch out for Amber. I kind of want like that to come to fruition too, like because
and also
both,
Jenna Lewis.
No, not really.
That would be awesome.
But me and you both are she stands, so like I don't know.
We worship the she devil.
It's hard. Say. I don't think I'll be upset by a result.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting seeing what I mean. Other than maybe Jenna, that would
Jenna Lewis the winner.
Me. Yeah, that might legitimately upset me.
Okay, then that's a 1 out of 4 option there.
Yeah, it's true. It's 25% chance of that happening. So.
Yeah, everybody has a perfectly equal chance of winning this game, as you know. in Survivor.
Yeah, because Rob's steamrolling the competition by conserving energy.
Yeah. That's why it's like it's never like it's only 5% chance when you have 4 people, because people are in better positions than others.
Yeah.
So it's like the percentages are favored a certain way, you could say. All right. So yeah, come back after you watch the reaction for the discussion. All right, and we'll talk all about it, but we won't talk too long because we're also going to go into a reunion,
right,
and another thing, and then a review next week. So there's a lot of talking to be done in the future.
A lot to come. That's for sure.
We will come and then some. That's for sure. All right. See you then.
I'm not going to respond to that.
There you have it, Alec. That's the finale of Survivor All Stars. Amber is our winner.
What an emotional roller coaster that episode was. Oh
so
my gosh.
I mean, we can yada through this part where they had the ladder rung maze. Rob and Amber are pitching to Jenna. She doesn't want to kick rocks.
Yeah.
Amber wins immunity, and then Jenna ultimately votes out Rupert. You could talk about was that the best move for Jenna? I mean, results oriented, you say no, because then she just gets voted out right after, or she doesn't win the immunity, which is what she needed to really benefit from that. And then it's like, well, if she went the other way, there was that 1 in 3 chance that Rob was voted out there, and then that she's in a significantly better position.
Yeah.
But
so it's like taking you. So there it's like, do I take the odds that it's like, okay, so what are the odds? The odds are it's a 1 in 3 chance of who, regardless of how you look at it. So she has a 1 in 3 chance
being voted out there,
being voted out there, of getting the rock.
Mm-hmm.
But if she does what she did, she then still has only a 1 in 3 chance.
1 in 3 chance to then win
after that. So it's like, do you take that double 1 in 3?
But it's like, you have you probably the least chance of winning the immunity, so it's not truly a 1 in 3.
Yeah.
But then again,
no, it's not.
If you do luck out and Rob gets voted out there, it is Jenna, Rupert, Amber at that point. Rupert most likely favorite to win that, and then he would beat anyone presumably. So from that angle, it's like, okay, Jenna, she believes she can beat either of them in the end, Jenna or Rob or Amber, I guess. So she's willing to take that angle because it's a better shot of winning. Whereas with Rupert, it's a better shot of getting to the final 2, but would almost certainly lose against Rupert.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
it's a tough call. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if that was the best idea, but well, it didn't end up working in her favor, regardless.
So they did the rites of passage. They went through the trip down memory lane. They were talking about all the voted out survivors. So it was nice. You got a little comment from each of them. And then we had the final 3 immunity, which is supposed to be the epic endurance challenge.
Pull perch peril, as I call it. I'm now making up Mario Party style names for all the little mini games they have, particularly the recurring ones. I think is what I'll try to come up with. That's definitely what that one it has to be called.
But of course, any suspense from this challenge hinges on, will Jenna win it and mess up their final 2?
Yeah,
and she's the first one out.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, after that, it's like
immediately she's out, and Rob and Amber are like, all right, so what are we gonna do? We know we're taking each other at the end, so are we gonna actually play out this competition? Or
she's like, yeah, I want to win. So it's like, okay, that's cute.
It's a nice little dialogue, but it's like
immediately
it's like,
Jeff's
well,
like,
Jenna's
okay,
out.
waste my time, and Jenna's like, all right, I guess sit here and stew in the fact that I lost.
And then we have to.
It's for like another hour. They went on for went on for a while after that.
And we have to go through all these formalities when it's like at that point, as soon as Jenna lost that challenge, she had lost. She was getting voted out. We have to go through all this. Ultimately, it's the Rob and Amber love story. Rob and Amber final 2. How does that happen? How do they keep getting away with it?
No one wanted to vote Amber out for some reason. Someone wanted to break it up.
Like they were a clear couple going into the merge, and they lasted the whole time.
We don't want to break up that alliance. It's like, we don't want to break up our alliance because you had that 4, but then potentially the 6 in that alliance with Alicia and Tom. And they didn't want to break it up either. But then Tom after that. He's like, well, I trust him more than I saw him stab Alicia in the back, but whatever. He's got
Tom
me.
was
He's got my
literally
back.
willing to go to the Jenna role where he was going to go final 3 with those two.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Rob was convinced that he was trying to go after him. But
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about, but
it's wild. Isn't the butterfly effect wild in Survivor? The fact that Lex and Kathy saving Amber in that swap.
that led to this romance.
The romance and Amber then winning the whole game from that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Like, all they had to do was make a slightly different change. You vote out Amber instead of Jerry, and the whole season's different. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I wonder if Rob still makes it there. I wonder. We have a completely different winner.
Because I think I honestly, even though it's like Rob could have picked whoever I honestly kind of agreed with him in the end where he was like, I would not be here without her.
Yeah.
Like they were just two solid rocks with each other. And I think that intimidated people. Maybe that's why no one really wanted to make a move, because they maybe either felt that I have two people on my side, or I don't just have Rob, I have Rob and Amber, or even something to the effect of like, well, if we vote Amber out or if we vote Rob out, then it's like I put myself less in a place of security. So I'm saying if you are Rupert or Jenna or Tom or Alicia, you're in a more vulnerable, putting yourself in a more vulnerable position by making a stronger move. But ultimately, that's kind of what you have to make that stronger move if you want to get further in the game, which is what Rob straight up was doing the whole time, which is why he,
I mean, that's the story of the season, right? It's like, why aren't they moving against Rob and Amber? Why aren't they making moves against Rob and Amber every vote? It's like, well, now would be the time to do it. Now these guys should band together, and they don't. And it's like, okay, now the pair should take one and vote out one of Rob and Amber, and they don't. And it's like, okay, now they have to go for the tie to have any chance of beating them, and they don't.
Yeah.
And then, so it's every step of the way. And I mean, the story's always been like Rob and Amber's success, just step after step. It's like
it's
winning challenges. They both
Amber
win
winning
vehicles.
immunity then. Yeah, winning cars. They both won cars.
By the way, the car curse is alive.
Yeah, it's
Rob won that challenge and lost the game.
Challenge, yeah. Car curse still exists. Yeah, it's very true.
It's wild. So then we had the super dramatic final tribal council. Very raw.
My gosh, it was unreal how raw that was.
I love that. I mean, that's like
it was great. No, it was juicy.
As much as we didn't like agree with a lot of the logic behind it, it's still like one of my favorite parts of the season is that tribal council, because it's just like, I don't know, it's like a perfect way to end the season. It's like Rob gets his way the whole time, and then everybody grills him right at the end.
He gets rinsed. Yeah, absolutely. As he kind of rightfully deserves. He did betray pretty much everyone in his path, but
he was just broken down by everyone, and then ultimately he loses by one vote. So it's just like the Shakespearean play of Rob's downfall here.
So I'm making a prediction. So we saw Kathy vote for him. So we have Kathy. I think we saw her vote and Jenna's vote. Both voted for Rob. I think Rupert was the other vote. I think everyone else voted for Amber. Tom definitely. Lex definitely.
So in that case,
Alicia definitely.
So in that case, it wasn't a completely bitter jury, because she could have voted for Rob then. Yeah. And that would have swung the whole thing.
Yeah.
So Sheehan was
that's my theory anyway.
That's why they teased that Sheehan saying that Amber was the best player, because ultimately if she voted that way, she determined the winner. Because, so I mean, I guess that's giving some explanation to that, because everybody else is like, clearly Rob is the most deserving one, and like from Sheehan's angle of not taking it personally, you would think she would vote for Rob, but her voting for Amber in that circumstance, she really thinks that Amber's the better player.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think at this point, we'll go into more details when we do our review and everything, but I think I can say definitively at this point, despite the fact that neither of them have won Survivor, I'd probably say some of my top rankings of Survivor now include both Rob Cesternino and Boston Rob.
Two Robs,
I mean, they're just unbelievable games. It was just an unreal game that he played. I was so happy and like also baffled. Sometimes I was upset at him. It was a whole
right?
huge range of emotions, but like you have to respect that game.
It's like a master class in playing that kind of game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's weird because All Stars is this weird.
All Stars was very
it's
weird.
a weird version of the game where
Yeah.
the true best of the best going into it weren't able to play to their fullest, while as Boston Rob going into it was not perceived as the best of the best, so he was able to play this way. So it's interesting because the Richard Hatches and the Rob system, they're handicapped going into it.
Yeah, it's interesting because he is. I mean, clearly he was a fan favorite. That's why they seem to have hitched him for Marquesas. But yeah,
but it's like the people, the Robs, the Ambers, the Jennas are able to thrive because they were able to play, whereas like the true all-stars going into it were not able to play so much.
Yeah, not as much.
But we'll go into this more in the review, but Rob and Amber did go on The Amazing Race.
They did? Yeah, I was pretty certain of that. Yeah, I seem to remember. I didn't know they were like, must have been, did they get married at that point? Or were they married at that point? Or maybe they were just engaged.
After All-Stars, I think, so I don't know.
Okay, so they might have been just engaged then.
But they did have a marriage. I never saw it, but it was like a completely like televised.
Really?
Thing.
Well, I'm sure.
Whole televised marriage.
Oh, I'm sure. Because I'm sure after that happened, I'm sure CBS was probably all like, "Well, we got televised. This is gonna be great. It'll be an extravaganza. It's great marketing, and it's also great for them because they get probably a lot of that paid for. So yeah.
But yeah, because like I mentioned after Marquesas, I was like, oh, you knew Rob from The Amazing Race. That was the one thing going into it. So I was like, are you surprised he didn't make it further, considering he was on The Amazing Race? But really, he was on The Amazing Race because of this season. You just didn't know.
Yeah, it was really this season because of him and Amber, and I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I wasn't.
It was great because Amber is not memorable. Being honest, like so you didn't know it was Amber at the time.
As that started to blossom, I was like, okay, I can see this playing extremely. Like I didn't necessarily even think he was going to win, but I was like, this right here, even if they don't win, people love this. This is great. I love this. I love a good love story is great. I love love, So like a really good, sweet love story in your reality show. Like, what else could you ask for? So
and
it's
you
like,
obviously to question their true love. You thought Amber would turn on Rob, never happening.
Maybe you never know. It's hard to tell in this game. But no, it was a nice, sweet ending to the show, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Even though Tom memed a handshake.
Don't be stupid. I mean, it's a pretty iconic, like, these are all pretty iconic Final Tribal speeches.
Yeah, those are all pretty amazing, yeah. I also wrote well, we'll go into that later. But I mean, I guess I don't know if we necessarily won this in, but I did find it interesting. Both Lex and Kathy specifically said, "You sold out your friends." They like used that phrase specifically. So
for a stack of greenbacks.
For a stack of greenbacks, according to Lex, yeah.
That was great.
Lex, are you doing that? That's in the next episode. It'll be like, Lex, are you doing okay? Are you seeing someone like a therapist about this? You have some rage, some underlying rage issues.
It really shows like all these things built up against Rob. I mean, and they've been adding these little cookie crumbs, indicating like these people are mad every time they give it out. They're mad at Rob. And
I'm sure that's some of that's probably like producers because they probably were asking behind the scenes. All right, so like, how do you feel about it? I was like, well, I still feel bad about Rob. All right, play that up a bit. Every time we show Rob, like, get angry.
But I mean, I feel like they would do that naturally because you're not allowed to talk. So it's like we just gotta give them a mean look.
You just like, expressing that is how you have to. You do have to express how you feel that way. Yeah.
If they're just all hunched over, like.
What if they break that?
What if they?
Well, they probably just edited that out for TV. Break that.
They would, but I don't know. They have to have some strict like penalty for that because they've managed to keep, like, as far as I know, 95% of people tight-lipped. I've heard of like maybe one story of someone actually like saying something, but because like they have to make these people are so bitter and they have to just sit there and watch.
Yeah, I know.
Rob, I'm winning immunity.
Yeah, I'm Rob. I'm steamrolling this whole damn game.
That's why it's great. Like the game is so great, and like you can tell that they treat the game with some integrity, because like this guy manages to like keep this Godfather role the whole time, despite having like this whole group of people, angry mob growing over there. It's like they have to just be quiet and let him do his thing. But
it was cool because like it's funny because he was able to get it. I would say he was able to get. I mean, he didn't win, so it didn't necessarily work for him. But it was interesting because like the people that he kept are the people that probably were the least likely to be. Well, I don't know. I almost wonder how it would play out. Would Rupert be super angry, as pissed off and take it personally as Lex? I don't know if he would, because Rupert even said like I didn't really know you very well, you know.
Right.
Whereas like him and Lex had like a serious friendship outside the game.
Yeah, it's like you can point at every step along the way where Rob could have done something slightly different and maybe gotten a vote there.
Yeah, and I think that was to Kathy's point where there was I really actually thought that was really there was a parallel you could have taken. Yeah.
Where you didn't leave these people in shambles.
Yeah. Like, leave these people in shambles.
She said something.
She did say something like that. Yeah.
It was great because
path of destruction, I think, is one of the things
leave
she
them
called
in
it.
Destruction, devastation.
Yeah. Devastation, something like that. Yeah.
Because like you just handle things a little bit differently. Maybe not target Lex the first one after doing the favor for you. Like
do that later, maybe. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
There's ways he could have gone about it for sure, but
yeah,
we got Amber as the winner. Would you
Amber's
ever have predicted Amber as the winner of Survivor All Stars?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have, because earlier on I was expecting people to.
Basically, you knew she had good eyes.
I knew she had good eyes, and she was really pretty, but I didn't know that like I didn't expect that people would just not like. Well, she's Rob's side piece. We got to get rid of her. I would have figured early on in the game that people would capitalize on that. And
it's crazy because like we can say she played a shrewd game, and she complimented Rob well, but like pretty much 100% if Rob isn't there, she doesn't get there, right? Like she rode coattails to the end. I mean, 100%. Like
I mean, she
Rob
even said
there,
it was luck. She even said luck. She used the three things: luck, my alliance with Rob, and you not voting for me. Like that was the worst pitch I've ever heard.
Shout out to you guys for not voting for me. I mean, I gotta give it up.
That was amazing, and somehow, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. It's kind of crazy.
All right, so we're gonna go into the reunion.
It'll
be up probably in a day or so. You'll see that.
Oh yeah.
And so we'll see what's in store there, and the special twist. Which might have something to do with the other episode. So
yeah.
All right. So what video would you recommend our viewers watch after watching this one?
They should go watch our Amazon finale. Go check out the finale of the Amazon, where we had somewhat different reactions. I think towards the end of that one.
You get another like the attractive woman from the less strategic role wins.
Yeah, even though she was like, I'm going to start playing the game now. And it was like, okay.
But
good for
Amber
you.
never did want to quit, though. That's for sure.
No.
So, shout out.
Absolutely not. Yeah, Amber was like... despite the fact that, you can say, she rode coattails, but she was still playing the game. I would say that. Yeah. I think she was still in it. So.
She was still using her sex appeal as a strategy, or whatever they said.
Yeah. Who uses their sex appeal as a strategy? She votes for herself. Because it's like, I'm going to own it,
Sex goddess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, okay. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our podcast feed, like the video, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, Tarqaron TWO. Thank you. Bye-bye.